We have an unprepped potato face because we're doing a first impression today. I was introduced by a follower because she saw my video about black lipsticks and I posted some other black lips and stuff, and she saw the video and she was like, if you love that, you might love this specific lip gloss too. Look at this component. Does that remind you of Louboutin? Because I am fully reminded of the Louboutin lip gloss. I think the lipsticks come in the same format. I don't know. I have never tried Louboutin lip product, just a foundation, so don't judge me. This is a black glitter gloss that has holographic specks, and when I tell you this is a black gloss, I'm not talking about a sheer black. I am talking about black. Look at this, like 2 layers black. And it's by V Cosmetics. V is for vegan, so this is a vegan cruelty-free brand, and I thought, let's just gather some other items because I just know that in a lot of my videos people are commenting like, oh, I wish they were vegan, I wish it was cruelty-free, whatever. So let me introduce you to a UK indie brand that has vegan, cruelty-free cosmetics, and they have the aesthetic that I am currently craving, which is kind of gothy. Let me just tell you something about V Cosmetics. First of all, let me insert a picture of the brand owner. Do I need to comment this insanely attractive, sexy woman that we are seeing here? I don't think so. But her name is Lindsay, and V Cosmetic is, I read it to you, the brainchild of Lindsay, aka Violet Eyes. Lindsay is an AUDHD vegan with OCD, Tourette's, EDS, and fibromyalgia, I think it's the English term. She has been very open about her health and has always valued the sense of community and been open about her values and belief that we are all in it together and should be using our time to love and help each other. Lindsay has a degree in biochemistry and medical physics and did work as a clinical scientist for many years before she left to further her modeling career. Some of you may be old enough to remember Lindsay's alter ego Violet Eyes, a professional alt model who was very, very vocal about animal rights in her interviews. Lindsay used to auction off her outfits from photo shoots and aid numerous animal rescue charities. Lindsay struggled to find vegan and cruelty-free makeup on shoots and always ended up taking her own makeup along photo shoots to avoid the use of non-vegan cruelty-free makeup being used in her work. This led Lindsay wanting to create a brand that was affordable, fully vegan, cruelty-free, inclusive, and high-end quality. It had to, of course, be also aesthetically pleasing and truly as gothic as it could be. And if you have been wondering what exactly this beauty is, let me read it to you. This is the Poisonous Lip Drip Gloss in the shade Nightshade. The price for this beauty is €80.95 in euro. We're talking euro here. I also got this beauty. This is a plumping gloss and it's called the Heart Plumping Gloss, and from the swatches that I've seen on the website, this is like pH adjusting. Yeah, because it looks purple, but here it's more like pinkish. Oh no, it's a black gloss, okay. But it turns pink on the hand. And I actually want to wear this today, so I'm curious how the plumping will work, because on the website they specifically say that it can sting a bit. By the way, I even kept for this video the boxes because they are stunning. And before we move on, here's a close-up swatch of both of the lip products. I also got from the brand something very interesting that I have never seen before actually, and I never used before. A loose contour. I know loose blushes, I know loose powders, I know loose highlighters, but a loose contour? That's new, at least to me. So I have used this already once because I wanted to see if I can do it, and I can. So it is a bit messy, but let me swatch the shade for you because they come in 2 shades, a light and a more medium shade, and it's quite hard to swatch, not gonna lie. A Loose contour is definitely not easy to swatch, but do you see this very gray stripe on my hand? It's a good contour color, not gonna lie. By the way, with a brush, this applies very easy, but I will show you in the demo. And I got 3 highlighters. What should I tell you? I just love a good highlight. So the first one is the ethereal highlight. It turns pink. I don't know how visible it is on the hand. Maybe I will turn down the lighting then for a close-up swatch of all the highlighter. Then I got the Blood Moon highlight, which I used already, and this is a gray silver cool highlight. And the last one that I got is the Divine highlight. So I did lower the lighting a bit so you can see all 3 highlights. So we have a blue, a purple, and a pink basically, and the gray contour up there. Each of these retails for $11.95. And last but not least, the Blood Moon eyeshadow palette. They have several eyeshadow palettes and several, they caught my attention, but I thought I go with an all matte palette, and I try to challenge myself today with an all matte look. Maybe I will add a glitter for the inner corner, but, well, not maybe, I will add a glitter for my inner corner. But now let's talk about swatches. I'll just put up a photo here. I'm honest with you, it swatched horrible. Like, a lot of these shades were not really giving it. They were, I hate that term so much. They were dry, they were patchy. These swatches are built up with up to 3 layers, especially the purple swatched horrible. The reds were okay. The one shade that you can barely see, the gray, I don't have a problem that this does not swatch well, because this is a shade that I think is necessary in this palette to just tone down others so that you have more of a transition vibe. So you can see in this palette, a lot of it is just very deep. There's not a lot of variation in depth, which I think is fine. Personally, I wish instead of so many purples, we had one black. That would be awesome, but I can work with what I see here. Please keep in mind, swatches do not tell the story. Not at all. Because at the end, it all comes down to how the product is performing with a brush. So let me prep my potato face, and then we're starting with the tutorial or demo, whatever. Okay, I'm starting by lining my upper waterline because this look is probably going to be quite intense. And I also apply a tiny bit here on the lash line. And then I just take the smudger. By the way, this is the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal in black. And with the smudger, I do just like that, because I want to have a base, because I want to do something red to gray. I don't want to use the purples today. By the way, have I even showed you the outside? I'm not sure. Beautiful, so pretty. And I will leave my comfort zone today. So I'm starting with a thick, fluffy brush, and I go into the shade To Yourself. By the way, each shade in each row reads a sentence. So the first one is release that which does not serve, then apply knowledge with wisdom, and love fiercely, be true to yourself. How awesome is this? But I'm starting with To Yourself, and I go directly in with the brush. I just applied primer and set it down as per usual, and then I apply this red shade all over my lid. Go in with a second layer. Doesn't have to be very precise because the details are common. So with a tiny pencil brush, I go into the shade Release, and I do smudge this now on top of where I smudged the black. So I basically extend the dark lash line here into the red. I could have done this the other way around, but I thought let's just see how an all red lid looks. Usually red can make you look sick very, very quick. The secret is you need something to draw a line between your eyes and the red eye color or the red lid shade. So for example, like this, I have red and it does not look very sick. It looks quite intense, but since I do have the black lash line or the dark lash line, it does not look that weird. I'm now going in with a usual blending brush and I go into the shade Does Not. This is the more purpley gray, the darker one of the two. And I use this here in the crease to blend. This blends a bit patchy, but it's nothing that I cannot correct. I think I just should have used the other more reddish shade and not that gray. That would have been better. You know what? We're trying this. I'm taking a more fluffy blending brush and now go into the shade Wisdom. And I just try to blend this on top. It's better. Now I go back into that gray shade, Does Not, and apply or reapply it in the crease. I'm back into the shade To Yourself and I just reapply this on the lid to bring back the red. I'm now tapping into the shade Apply, this nearly white gray. And I just try to tone down here the edges a bit more. So for the lower lash line, I'm now using the shade Bordeaux from the Victoria Beckham line because it's a beautiful blood red. And I applied it again a bit more sloppy and then I just used the smudger to smudge that out a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like an all matte eye look, so we will add glitter, but let me first finish the lower lash line so you can have a vision of how it could look like. So I take the same pencil brush as I did on the upper lash line and I go back into Release and I apply this here along the lash line and smudge it out. And of course I dip back into To Yourself and I smudge it out in this beautiful bright red. It's the same concept as on the upper lash line. As long as you have kind of a dark contrast to the red, it does not make you look sick. I also dabbed into the inner corner to have a red base. I kind of like that. So this could be now an all matte finished look. Added some mascara, maybe even a red mascara if you dare to. But I'm missing glitter. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just missing glitter. And I mean, what palette suits this look more than the To Die For from Slayfire Cosmetics? And they even have a shade called Blood Moon, so I think I will apply this now. So Blood Moon is this beautiful dark red with some holographic specks throughout. So I took my silicone palette brush, also from Slayfire Cosmetics, and now I just wipe across and some of the glitter is sticking to the brush. I don't need too much because what I do now is I look down into the mirror and now I very, very lightly start tapping this on top. I dip back in for some more and now I just keep on tapping. The cool thing with glitters like this is there is literally no fallout. And if something is falling on your face, you can easily flick it away with a spoolie. And I just realized I should have curled my lashes before the glitter. Look at the difference between this and this. This is already beautiful, but this is beautiful on crack. I'm taking the brush that I had the bright red on for the upper lid, and now I just smudge this along this glitter edge to bring back some of the red. And to just diffuse a bit of the glitter. I actually love when I use these glitters when they kind of break into the crease. Since I already applied some of the red matte eyeshadow on the inner corner, I don't want to top that off with too much glitter, so I'm using the Ghosted glitter. This is a transparent glitter that actually just mimics a wet effect. And for this, I just used the smallest packing brush that I have. Can use a silicone brush too, but for this tiny area I don't have a matching brush. So I have something here on the paddle and now I just carefully dab this on top. I should have applied the Ghosted glitter before I went in with the lid glitter because now some of the darker ones are mixing into the inner corner and I cannot separate them, but that's fine. Nobody can tell aside from close-up pictures. Okay, now for the loose contour. That's going to be interesting. So what I did, I shaked it up a bit. So I have now a lot of loose contour here in the pan and here on that puff. So, and what I do is I tapped the puff now inside the cap. Sounds like a lot of steps. It is a lot of steps, so it's not the most convenient product. And I use my trusty NARS Ida brush and I picked some up, and now let the magic happen. Can you tell a difference? I hope you can. If not, even better, because this is so subtle. This is the lightest powder. They do have a shade darker, but I thought let's just keep it very, very light, because in case that it is too light, I can still build it up, which I'm currently doing. I applied it very, very heavy now. Usually I wouldn't do it, but for the demo, I thought just to give you just a feeling of how this looks like. Gorgeous. I'm always praying that the camera is picking up what I'm doing. I really want to use the Blood Moon highlight, this super dead gray. Oh, what I didn't show you, these ones with the big bulky packaging, they have a second bottom layer with a little mirror and then a sponge tip applicator. I wouldn't use that sponge for this type of highlight, but I mean, with the little mirror, it's kind of nice. I like that with, what was the other packaging? Was it by Huda? Yes, the Huda Easy Bake pressed powder has the same format. I kind of like this little gimmick. So I take a Real Techniques, actually setting brush, but you know, it's just a good highlighter brush, and I swipe across. Don't take too much because this is really, really intense. And now I just apply this Graveyard Gray highlight. Oh. I love this. I really do. So the lower lash line looks a bit fucked up because I wanted to apply the red mascara, but then I realized the red already applied. Red on a red background looks just not cool. So all that we have left is lips. This would match the look so much, but I think like for a casual Tuesday look, so when you see this is Friday, but Thursday, for me it's Tuesday, I think a plumping lip gloss that turns into a pinkish purple is enough. So I don't have any lip liner on my lips. I just wipe off some of the like lip treatment that I applied, and now let's apply the gloss. Definitely a cute cool tone pink. A little bit of a gray hue going on, and I'm curious how the plumping effect will turn, because on my hand, I didn't feel it at all. Just in general about the lip products, they both have a heavy feeling and mouth feeling. So, you know, when the lip product is not scented, it smells kind of funky. These do smell a bit funky and plasticky, and sometimes this heavy plasticky, you can feel like a heavy cloud on your tongue, and that fades. So when I tried the black gloss for the first time, it faded off like 5 or 6 minutes. So when I'm done with everything here, I'm sure I will not feel it. But now when I breathe in through my mouth and through the nose, I have this heavy cloud. But again, it fades, so it doesn't matter a lot. No plumping effect yet. So this is not so much plumbing. I feel there is something going on, but not too heavy. And that is now basically my finished look. I'm honest with you, I am more than surprised by this. I had a bit of a trouble with some of the shades here, not gonna lie. They are not as opaque as I wish they could have been. Let me just say it like that. But I'm enjoying the vibe, and they do have a Blood Moon Rituals palette, basically matching to this. That is a 5-pan duochrome or multi-chrome foiled shimmer palette. And I might get this too, because this is 18 euro. The 5-pan palette is 35, and they even have it in their description that they sourced the most expensive pigments they ever used before. That's why it has a bit much more of a higher price tag. And if you just have been into the indie community a bit longer, you know that especially multi-chrome or super luxe feeling pigments, they are expensive to get. And when you then also have these standards of being cruelty-free and vegan, I think it's even harder to get these from a good resource. Do I have a favorite out of these products? Not really. They are all good at the same level. An aesthetically pleasing favorite is of course this gloss, this on the lips. But again, I have to head off to work now. I can't wear this now. I wish I still don't have the guts to wear a full-on black lip for work, but this with a gray tint, that is cool. This turns into a really cute color. Again, not really plumping. I've been talking now for 5 or 6 minutes and nothing is going on. I had plumping glosses that, I don't know, like they sting the lips in like 30 seconds. So if you want to purchase any of these, I will link them down below. Okay, Edit Ella here. When I was just editing now the stuff, please can you ignore the mess here? I just realized, when I was editing this, okay, no, this is ridiculous, that I now have an affiliate code with them. So if you want to get them, I do have the link down in the info box, and the affiliate code for you to save 10% of everything on the website is ELLAGRAM. And I hope you like this video. Tell me, what is your favorite? Is this a brand you're interested in? Is this an aesthetic that you're interested in? Or maybe even this is not your aesthetic. Maybe their standards are speaking to you. Let me please know down below your feedback. Make sure you subscribe because I do fun videos here, and I hope I can see you in the next one.